Hello, hello. I want to share some random thoughts going on in my head right now. I was just thinking of what causes the most fear that keeps people stuck. And the answer that came to my mind was uncertainty, right? The fear of what's going to happen. That's so big. I know that has kept me stuck for a long time. Just when we don't know, we just feel like we can't take a step forward towards anything without being like scared and without expecting bad things to happen, right? Our brain automatically starts to think of all of the bad things that could happen. And what I was thinking was, why do I feel like so fearless now? I mean, I do feel scared when especially I'm triggered with some of the new uncertain things that I go after. I set big goals or something big happens, but in general I feel like I feel this sense of fearlessness. I just feel like, I just know that I don't need to be afraid. And you know what that has come from? What that has come from is knowledge. I think there's a sense of certainty that you start feeling when you feel like you know how things work. I remember when I was in Deloitte, I was just an entry-level sort of consultant. I used to work with US employees in Deloitte, and although I knew more than them experience-wise, my voice would just like contract when I would get on a call with US members in the beginning. And why that was happening was because I just didn't know what they know. I just didn't know the context. I didn't know if I was supposed to be worried. And in the absence of that knowledge, I felt really constricted, and I couldn't show up as my 100% in my true potential, right? But in a couple of years, even less than that, as I started understanding the context, as I started understanding I don't have a reason to feel this way, I also started understanding how the projects work and what I need to know. That knowledge gave me that confidence to not be feeling fearful anymore in those kind of calls, right? So my voice, the face expressions and the way that my body language would be was completely different, right? And I think now what has happened when I apply this to my life, since I have found this coaching, I feel like I have been able to connect those dots in terms of knowledge, which earlier I used to feel like, oh my God, how does this world work? Like it used to feel like anything can happen to me negative anytime, right? But now, since I have been working on really understanding how our thoughts create our reality, what role do our emotions have in terms of the results that we have in our life, like the connection between how we are responsible for creating every single thing or attracting anything that comes into our life. That knowledge is what gave me that power. That knowledge is so good because it now makes me feel certain that I know if this is how I'm feeling, I know that those are the kind of experiences that are going to be in my life. So I am not afraid of something really bad happening out of the blue, like a tiger jumping on me, and I have to protect myself. I'm not looking around expecting that to happen because I know how it works. It's that knowledge. It's like my thinking mind is satisfied now because it knows, oh, okay, this is how it works. Oh, that's fine. So earlier, I learned that about HR transformation. Right? Then when I moved to industry, I learned that about HR governance. And now I learned this about life. So when I look at any goal in my life, anything in my life, this knowledge is what brings that confidence, right? And of course, this knowledge is very unique because yes, I can tell somebody something, this is how it works, but until they experience it themselves, it's not going to make any sense, right? And which is where coaching comes in. When you start experiencing the connections, like my job, one of the ways I describe my job to my clients is, my job is to really help you see the connection between your brain's thoughts, your body's emotions, and the results that are in your life. Because when you start to see those connections, my job is done. I don't need to do anything else. Now you are going to take ownership of your own life in a way that you never have. And that's why the results that my clients get are so effective. Like they say, you know, the saying that is that you can either give a fish to a man or you can teach them how to fish. Like the earlier would just feed them for one day, but when you teach them how to fish, you feed them for an entire life. That's what I believe in. I believe in going after big transformations, and the biggest transformation that anybody can frankly have in their life is having that knowledge, like deep knowledge that's actually in their experience, that they are the ones creating everything in their lives. So there is nothing uncertain going on. When that certainty comes to you, you're not afraid of something wrong, like something undesired happening in your life, because you can exactly see where did that come from, and you exactly know how to course correct. So my friend, if this resonates with you, if this sparks anything in you, and if you want to have a conversation to understand more, don't be afraid to reach out. You're just gonna gain something new, some knowledge, which is gonna at least provide some certainty to you, if not change everything else, right? So that's all I have for you today. Okay, bye.